I was born in Edna, Texas. Jokingly, when people ask me, where's Edna? I said, well, it's between Louise and Inez. Don't you know where that is? So it's a small town and about 5,000 people. My dad was an educator. My mom was a caretaker, very loving nurse for 44 years. There were 4 boys in my family. I came to visit U of H and learned more about Coach Yeoman. He was an innovator in more than one way. He certainly innovated his locker room and recruited black athletes more than anybody else did at that time in the Southwest Conference. And I got to play in the Astrodome, and then I found out my dorm room was going to be in a skyscraper. The more I read about the University of Houston, they had a decent engineering program at the time. So when you put all those pieces together, that was how I chose the University of Houston. The teams that I was on and I participated in were very competitive. We had a chip on our shoulder. And when we came into the conference, we couldn't compete, I think, for several years. And then we finally got to compete in the conference, and we won, 3 out of the first 4 years? What I learned from Coach Yeoman and the coaching staff that he had and the practices and the way they were designed was ownership. In the position of quarterback, I found out that I not only had to know what I had to do, but I had to know what everybody else had to do. I had to prepare. And I think that was part of what I learned was ownership. When my career ended, it ended quite abruptly. I had a neck fracture. It was over after my sophomore year. It was a very tough experience to go through. The reality of it is that my childhood dream was really over. And I had to figure out how to adjust to that. And that was kind of difficult for me at the time. I entered the workforce as a sales rep for a business equipment company, Panasonic Ricoh copying machines. And that's how I learned to engage in B2B business and present value propositions and close sales. So I have been with Culligan since 1998. Got there through a merger acquisition, served in a sales capacity. Then I was moved into an operations role, and I am very grateful for having an opportunity to do what I do and to engage people and certainly help, whether it be homes or businesses, have clean water. I jumped into the FCA space, which is a fellowship of Christian athletes. My faith is in an almighty God, and I know what it's been able to do for me and my upbringing. It's just a sense of giving back and knowing that I'm doing something to support athletes while they're at the university, and it better prepares them for when they move on into the real world. My wife is certainly the rock star of our family. We have been married for 35 years. We've known each other for 37 years. I have 5 children. We now have 12 grandchildren, one being a great-grandson. I take them to games. I pump them for the Skittles and candy, and I give them back to their parents. Isn't that what grandparents are supposed to do? My wife, she married into this, and she has been really a sport when it comes to supporting me and my volunteer efforts and taking her to games. She's just been great. I want to thank my friends and the board at UHAA and all the years and hard work and tailgating and golf tournaments and collecting toys. And I also want to thank my foundation board and the help that they were serving in that role, and the executive committee, all the staff that gave me advice to make sure that I was doing what I needed to do to serve in that role as president. I have been very blessed to have the position at Culligan because they've certainly supported my volunteer efforts, and I've been able to support the university in efforts with water donations, making sure that the Cougar Nation stay hydrated with good, clean water. Very proud to represent Culligan, and I thank them for all the efforts of supporting the University of Houston throughout the years.